Hello. These are tips for identifying prospects. Um, it's a big deal. We can use the Franks method, and you're going to realize that you know a lot of people. Um, that's where it comes in. Where I don't know a lot of people, and everyone has heard about Plexus, was not necessarily true. So prospecting is a huge part of building a successful business, and the Franks method is very good for identifying prospects. Is prospecting important? Consider a great quote from Randy Gage on the true facts of building a business. Sorry, kids, but spending 5 hours chatting on Facebook and sending some tweets is not really building a business. Checking your back office every 5 minutes is not really building a business. Um, to see if anyone's signed as team members or customers is not really a business. Calling all your frontline people and affirming how fired up you are is not running a business. Um, it does not get it done. Organizing your stock of vitamin tablets in alphabetical order uh, on your stock shelves does not make your bonus check go up. Cleaning off your desk, catching up on your filing, and putting everything in a briefcase in the proper place are not noble activities, and you're sure to get your reward in heaven, but that's not what you're going to get paid on. So remember, we get paid on only the volume produced by the products and to get the end customer, period. We produce volume in two ways: getting prospects um, to presentations so they can join the business, and getting prospects to presentations where they don't join the business but they decide to become customers. Those are the only two activities that you get paid on, and everything else is a distraction. And distractions cost you money. So friends, that's the first one is F, so it's friends. Friends, high school, college, alumni, wedding parties, golf and bowling buddies, hunting club, knitting, quilting club, whatever part of club that you're in, or if you have like friends that you hang out with like on a normal basis. So all these clubs are important. Um, then you have R, which is relatives, parents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, adult children, grandparents, cousins. After sharing Plexus with these relatives, makes a new list with their friends. So automatically you have your friends, your family, and then your family's friends. So now it's gotten bigger. Acquaintances, church, hairdresser, nail lady, massage therapist, chiropractor, dentist, doctors, you name it, florists, bakers, electricians, plumbers, people that you know, they're like acquaintances, they're not really friends, but they're in the group as well. So these are prospects. You probably didn't realize that they were prospects, but you get more comfortable talking about Plexus if you follow the tips that I give you. So you'll feel more comfortable talking to your baker or your electrician or your plumber, grocery store clerk. You feel more comfortable talking to those people. Neighbors, babysitter, postman, newspaper delivery person that lives on your street, people that live in your apartment complex. These are all prospecting customers. Um, kids connections, parents of your kids, classmates, kids, teachers, piano teachers, art teachers, instructors, scout leaders, and librarians. No one really goes to the library anymore. I don't know what's on the list. Funny. So if you have children, their parents. This is a big deal, especially, as said at Rikers Daycare. You have kids, who's maybe they just had a baby, or something, or they're after you have a child, if you have one, you're extremely exhausted. This stuff helps. Plexus helps with energy. So it's all about sharing. Once you share with your kids, friends, parents, they share with their friends, so that automatically comes a group of your big list. And if you use Facebook and you start having a conversation with any of these people, add them immediately to your Facebook. Okay, immediately. Or if you don't use Facebook, get their email, send them information. People give out their email all the time, so it's not like a really personal thing. It's not like the phone number thing kind of, it's backfired several times. So, it's hard to keep track of everyone's phone numbers and, but email. So people are more apt to give you their email than, their phone number. S for service organizations. If you don't belong into any of them, you might want to check out some of these that are listed. It's good to be part of a service organization anyway, but they all become prospects. So if you want your business to grow and grow well, you need to consider every single one of these people on your list. Do not rule them out. Do not be biased and, oh, well, they just probably won't take it, or they live their life so great, like they probably won't even use the products. Do not rule people out. Y'all, okay, let's just be real here. You see this? Okay, this is, yes, I keep track of everyone. So this is prospects for customers, right? So I don't know if anybody can see that. So this is prospects for customers. Prospect ambassadors. So I have level 1s, level 2s, ambassadors, retail customers, preferred customers. So keep track of everyone and what they order, right? On these little cards, or big cards, really. When they go inactive, I put them in the back, right? So these are customers that have went inactive, and then I will email them after they go inactive. I'll wait a little while and then see, if we have a special or something, I'll add them, hey, or I'll try to get in contact with them. Well, did it work? Like, let's get some advice here. Like, what happened? Like, with Plexus, most people aren't doing the products right. They're not consistent. They're not, but I like to keep and these people don't go away. They just go in the back. They just go in the back for contact later. So customers, prospects of customers. Look at this. There's a ton of them. Okay, I have everybody's address, even prospect ambassadors, and I will tell you in a video how to distinguish between the two. So a lot of people sign up, as ambassadors for wholesale prices. This is not a good idea, okay? Because for one, it makes the Plexus point go down, which affects my business as well. But you're really kicking yourself in the butt by doing this, because they could be preferred customers and get a discount. And after the 3rd or 4th month, they get 10% off their order. And so they're getting it at ambassador price as well, and you're making money off of that order. So if they're ambassadors, they're not going to run the business, you're not making any money off their order. So there's a huge difference between an ambassador and a customer, okay? You'll get, this is not for everyone, but anyone can do it. Anyone can do this. This is not hard. You're sharing, so this is I even have business cards in here. So business cards that I've gotten, like a ton of them, even if it was for the wrong reason, so all these business cards, I have all of them. So this is a good handy, not the right video, but it was sitting right here. This is a good handy thing to have and labeled. And I have all of my ambassadors, all their ambassador numbers. I have their addresses. This is important to have. Kind of gives you that organization that you need, that is vitally important if you're going to run a network business. After you have exhausted the whole list, or the Frank's method, start on the next one, which is duplicating this, but for your spouse or significant other. So after you did the whole Frank's method for yourself, now if you have a spouse or significant other, you do it have them do it, because if they're gonna want to support you in your business, right? But they have a different group of friends, so exhaust their list as well. Then you're going to come up with a ton of people. Now try to get in contact with these people. See, they're going to have questions. So that was in the video before, but exhaust the whole list. And you meet people all the time. I meet people all the time, so it's important. So if you do this right away and you do not prejudge, share with everyone and let them make the decision about their health or wellness, and your business will absolutely grow. So the key to approaching prospects is when some of the top leaders in network marketing are asked what they do for a living, many of them now say, I'm involved in permission marketing. This is a big deal. It not only has an intriguing tone to it, it makes a statement about how they do their business. So no one likes to be pushed or pressured into doing something, and they don't like being it pushed into their face constantly. And that's how network marketing used to be. The old style of network marketing could even be called selling. Couldn't even be called selling. At its best, it could be referred to as killing. So network marketers would approach someone and say, here's a CD and I want you to listen to it. It'll tell you about a new health product I'm selling, blah, blah, blah. I'll give you a call tomorrow. That approach is crude and rude and disrespectful. There is no personal interaction with that. It's just like, here's the stuff that I'm selling. So, so look it over and let me know. That does not work. That does not work. My phone is going off. That does not work at all. It doesn't. And it's been proven over and over again. So, what's interesting is that approach no longer works. In fact, it's never really did. So, that's why people have coined like permission marketing, which is awesome. So let me tell you what permission marketing is. One of the best ways to accomplish permission marketing is to listen to what's being said and then ask the appropriate questions. So I gave you the questions, okay, or you're going to pull, remember there's 3 categories, and those are questions like objections that they would have. But you have to distinguish between someone that is like wants weight freedom, wellness freedom, financial freedom. So if someone complains about their job and how they don't make money in their time, there you go. They go in the financial category. Someone has lupus or diabetes. They go into the wellness category. Someone's obese, overweight. They can't lose weight because they had a kid, or they're just energy, something that is going to go along with your weight. They go in the weight category. So you have to listen to what the complaints are with people. You have to be a very good listener. If you're having a conversation with a friend and they say, I don't know what I'm going to do, I've never been heavier in my life, I'm having a real struggle to get the weight off. Now, you're very tempted to say, well, I've got an answer for you, but it's not that simple, right? Instead of going for a direct hit like that, ask more questions about their weight. Talk to them. Get them to kind of open up, and then all those preconceived, you're trying to sell, it kind of goes out the window. So pay close attention to what they have to say. Anyone. So you would say, like, what are you doing to get the weight off? And then that opens up them telling you. Are you following a diet? Are you going to a gym? Are you doing any of these things? And then you ask the question and don't talk. You just listen. Just listen to them talk. A lot of these times, I'm not even going to go there, but people are overweight and it's very emotional for them. So when you tap into an emotional aspect, you might get a different, maybe some tears or something. But people are unhappy. And it's your job to listen, because the products are going to be there. You have them, right? You're an ambassador. You have those products. They're going to be there. You don't need to jump in and like right away. Talk to them, befriend them, listen to them. I used to say forever, I have no friends. I have no friends, just because and I still kind of say that sometimes. But I've listened more than I ever had. Ever. And I'm actually more compassionate, like with other people's emotions about, their financial problems or their weight problems, or, even when I was 204 pounds, I still want to hear about your weight problems, but now I've kind of put that aside and realized that, wow, like people have things to say and they just want someone to talk to them, and listen to them. So with that being said, you give your full attention, and listen. And then after they've told you about all the diets they've been on and how it haven't worked, and each time, they put more weight on than before. They put on more weight on, than before. Don't cut them off to interrupt their story. The idea is to let them talk. Because as they talk, they're telling you more and more about their weight problems, reminding themselves that they have weight problems. Does that make sense? So you're speaking about your problem to somebody else. And in your mind, you're saying it, or you're speaking it, and in your mind, you're thinking it because you're thinking about what you're saying. So it's reminding them that they have weight issues and how unhappy they are and how much energy they don't have and how it's a struggle to get through life. So they're speaking it. So it's the truth. These are their emotions. This is what they feel. They'll sell themselves in your presence by doing that. So by saying, oh, I'm just huge and I just have no energy and blah, blah. So the longer you get them to talk about the diets that have failed, how tired they are, how much like medications they're on. This may take, I don't know, this could take a long time, okay? And people like to talk. I like to talk. So about me, but this is about everybody else. So you listen to everybody else, and the longer that they speak and you're in their presence listening to them, they're selling themselves. Pretty much why, they're selling it to themselves while you're present. It's a fantastic thing, and this happens quite often. So you just don't jump right away. Ask a few more questions. Well, how much weight do you want to lose? And if it's a woman, what dress size do you want to get down to? Perfect. Okay, so then at some point when they seem like they're as frustrated as they can get with their excess weight, you have the opportunity to ask the leading question. If I could send you some information about this all natural weight loss, program that seems to be working real well for a lot of people, would you be interested? That's it. That's all you have to say. You shut up and you smile and you listen. If they say something like, sure, I'm ready to try anything, you're on your way to introducing them to Plexus. Easy. If they say no, I've tried all of those things and nothing works for me. Don't argue, right? You do in the last video. That was one of the questions. That was one of the objections. Well, I feel the same way and I felt the same way and I understand, and this is what I found to be working for me and other people. Don't start to argue to try to sell them. It's not being respectful for what they just told you. So you have the opening, don't close them out. You still have the opening. This is strategic. This is the way you do, and then you'll start to live your life that way, and it'll make you a better person with listening to people. But don't be offended or upset. Do not discuss the matter further. Switch topics immediately. So, whatever's going on. Oh, the flag. No, let's not do politics. Oil spill. Something along those lines. Whatever's going on, maybe some sports or something like that. So if they say they're not interested or whatever, you can just hand them your card. And if you change your mind and you want to, see how the program works for you, go to my website and get a sample. Or, there's no obligation. And you can just give them your, card. You need a card. Get them your card. And, this is permission marketing. It's effective. It's relaxing. It won't cost you friends. It won't cost you family members. It won't, a lot of people are scared of rejection. Well, they're not rejecting you. They're rejecting Plexus. So it's hard to make the distinction between the two. I am Plexus, so I'm passionate about the products, but they're not because they haven't been on them. You cannot force anyone. I wish I could. And not just for the business aspect, for how I feel. So when you're passionate, they're passionate, you listen. And that contact, even if they say no, okay, get their information as well. put it in your little box. Put it in your little box right here. Okay? Store it in the proper, tab. Someone, that I ran into that wasn't interested. Make a little note and then like just put it, a month or two down the line, because maybe they'll get sick of feeling that way. And then finally at that end moment, you end up emailing them, and then boom, that's what happens. Easy. Um, so you have to have their permission to, go on with the products, and it's effective and it won't cost you friends or family. So you get their permission first. So I want you to take out a few sheets of paper and then follow the Frank's method. Big deal. Think of everyone. Follow the method and then do your spouse. And you're going to be amazed with all the people that you actually know. And they're all prospects. And think about their health issues as well. So if you want to make a note on the side, if they have health issues, if they're real close friends with you, if they have health issues, I always ask people's health issues when they want me to send them information. Because when I send them information about the product and they have a health problem, I'll go look on like Team Eichenhorst and I will pull a testimonial for someone that has that same exact health problem. And I will attach it to that email. Again, that kind of shows that, this is work. They kind of get that bonding from someone that it's worked for. And it's good to see that somebody else is feeling this way, especially, with lupus. Not a lot of people have lupus that I know. I'm sure there's a lot of people, but there's a lot of testimonials about it. So if you find someone has lupus, maybe you didn't know, but they tell you, just attach it to the email. Very simple. So I want all of you to take out a few sheets of paper and follow the Frank's method and let me know how it goes.